Hi, my name is George Garcia, and in this video we're going to show you how you can set up your libraries for your electronic workflows within Fusion 360. So here in the data panel, you're going to notice that I've created a project called libraries. Now, this is what we're recommending users to do when creating their libraries within Fusion 360. The idea is that by having them all in a centralized location, it's easy to know where everything is being edited. It's also easy to know where your components are being derived from. Now, within the libraries project, you'll notice that I've created a folder called 3D models. We recommend that you store all of your component 3D models within this folder. The advantage here is you're going to avoid cluttering up your main libraries project. Now, by making your libraries a project, it's very easy to manage who has access to your libraries, whether they can contribute to your libraries, whether it's just read-only. So when you're working with a team of people, it's very easy to control access to your libraries by making a libraries project. This is the workflow we're recommending for working with Fusion 360 electronics libraries. Now, to make a new library, all you have to do is go File, New Electronics Library. In our next video, we're going to start going over how you can create devices, symbols, footprints, and packages. But before we do that, I just want to highlight the appearance of the electronics library editor. The key thing to understand here is that every electronics library consists fundamentally of 4 different types of assets. You have a 3D package, which is a 3D representation of the component. You have a 2D footprint, which is what we use in the PCB editor. You have a symbol, which is what we use in the schematic editor, and then you have a device. The device is the glue that joins these other 3 types of assets together. So by creating devices, creating symbols, creating footprints and packages, you have everything you need in order to work on your electronics design. So stay tuned for our next video. We'll be showing how you can make a symbol.